Hosting a launch event for your business book can give it the best possible start in life, but if you do it wrong, it can be a huge waste of time and money. In this video, I'm going to be giving you everything you need to make sure that your book launch is the biggest success possible. So you've written your book, you've had it published, you've done all that hard work, and now what's the next step? Well, having an in-person book launch is a brilliant thing to do. I had one recently and it worked really well for me. It's great to have a celebration and a party, but there are also some real benefits you can get out of having an in-person book launch that will really promote your book. So I'm going to give you 9 tips that make sure you have a really fantastic book launch experience, but also ensures that your book starts working right away to help you build your business. So tip number 1 is hold an in-person book launch. It might seem like a lot of work compared to an online version where you could have a big Zoom call or you could have a webinar or a masterclass, but having people together in a room is something else. It allows you to network with all sorts of people, invite people that you want to get to meet if you don't already know them, invite the media, invite press. You can get loads of promotional material that you can use for months to come just out of one evening. So you can get photos, you can get video footage, and your guests can give testimonials for you on the spot. So it's absolutely fine to have an online launch for your book as well, but make sure you have a real life event. It is absolutely worth the time, the investment, and the energy that you'll put into it. Tip number 2 is promote your book launch before it happens. Don't just book a venue and invite some people along. Make sure that everybody knows you're having a great book launch. So talk about it on social media. Get other people saying that they're coming along to your launch and how excited they are. Have a wait list, have a sign-up page. Use the event to promote your book before it's even out there. If you're going to put all this effort into creating a fantastic book launch experience for you and everybody else, then you really want to make the most of it. It's part of the promotion of your book and it's the start of your book building your business. Tip number 3, give away free copies of your book at your launch. Now you might think that your book launch is a great opportunity to sell copies of your book, but writing a business book is about getting it into the hands of the right people. So giving your books away is what will do that best at your launch. In fact, here's an extra tip. At my recent book launch, I gave away 2 copies to everybody who was there and asked them to give one of the copies to somebody else they knew who needed my book. And I had some goodie bags printed up, lovely branded book bags, so they got a nice little takeaway from the book launch and felt they'd come away with something really valuable. Remember that as soon as your book is published, your best strategy for promoting your book is to give copies away, and your book launch is the best place to start doing that right away. Tip number 4, choose the right venue for your book launch. So I've been to book launches in pubs, in hotels, in corporate venues, all sorts of places, but the important thing is to have somewhere that you are comfortable and fits in with your market and your readers. So I recently had a book launch in a library because my book is all about writing books. So choose the right venue for you, somewhere convenient, somewhere easy to get to, and somewhere attractive as a background for your videos and photos that you're going to get there. Tip number 5, give some thought to what day of the week and what time of day you're going to hold your book launch, and make sure it works for you, but mostly for the people who are going to be coming along. I personally find that midweek is good and that an early evening slot is ideal for people to come along to after work. You can give them drinks and a canapé, you can give it a nice party feel, and people can spend a couple of hours with you and then go on to the rest of their evening. And here's an extra tip. If you choose an early evening time slot, you can have a couple of hours for your book launch, and then you might want to organise a dinner for a select few people afterwards. Key people, influencers, people you want to spend a bit more time with who will help you promote your book and your business. So it might be that another time of day, a different day of the week suits you and your market better, but just make sure you put some thought into it and organize it around the people you're going to invite. Tip number 6, make sure you prepare your venue properly. So what I mean by that is brand your venue to your book and your business. Maybe have a couple of banners created so that your guests can stand in front of them, you can stand in front of them for photos and videos. Have a great display of your books so that everybody can see what they look like. They look really nice and inviting. And make sure you have a space to sit afterwards where you can sign your books, because that's what people will love to take away, a signed book by you, the author. And remember that other people, your guests, are going to be taking pictures and videos as well. So make sure that there is a beautifully branded environment for them to show up on social media when they share all their great shots of your book launch. Tip number 7, invite other influential speakers to talk at your book launch. So obviously one of the main points of your book launch is for you to speak and for you to sell your book to your audience, but you can also do yourself a lot of good by inviting other key people to be speakers as well. So maybe find someone who's really influential in your area. You could also have a couple of your clients come and talk about how great you are and your book is. And all of this will give it context and make it feel like a really special event. And if you have somebody with a really great name who's speaking at your launch, you can use that to sell people on the idea of coming along, and then you've got footage of them talking about you that you can use afterwards as well. Tip number 8 is plan your speech well. So it might feel good to just get up and be very informal and thank people for being there. But think about those award speeches that you see where people go on and on thanking their mothers and fathers and other people. It's not really very interesting, is it? So make sure that your talk has some really good content. Of course, thank the right people, but talk about what's in your book. Use this as an opportunity to promote your book to the people who were there at the time. But remember that the footage you get of your talk is something you'll be able to use again and again and again. And give value in your speech, but don't go on too long. I would say 20 minutes is the absolute maximum you want to be talking at your own book launch. And finally, tip number 9, follow up after the book launch. So I see lots of people who think the book launch is done and dusted when it's over, but actually it's really important to follow up with the people who came, follow up with the people who didn't make it. Ask those who came to share their photos, their videos, and their thoughts about your book on social media. Send a copy of your book to the people who didn't make it so they still feel included. And if you've got key people who attended your launch, get back in touch with them, thank them for coming, and make sure that they share their experience of being at your book launch and reading your book. And you could also ask people, as you've given them a free book, if they've enjoyed it, perhaps they could leave you a nice review on Amazon. So those are my 9 tips for running a perfect book launch. But remember that this is just the beginning for when your book comes out, and you've got loads of promotion, ongoing work to continue doing to make sure that your book builds your business. So if you want more tips, follow along with this channel, like this video, and if you've run a brilliant book launch, leave a comment and tell us what else you've done to make your launch fantastic.